Assalamu alaikum, grüß Gott, and welcome to this video. In this one I will talk about my speaker, my current speaker. A speaker from a brand I really like a lot. That's Totem Acoustic. In my opinion, they are king of tonality. It is just amazing how natural everything sounds. Voices and instruments and things like a door opening or a door closing and whatever. So if you watch movies, you can use these two to have a very realistic sound. In this video, I will just rave about them. Nothing but that. If you want a very critical review, this speaker is just too good for that. I could say if you want a huge bass monster, I mean, you don't get more bass out of such a tiny speaker than this one. This is amazing in terms of bass, quantity and quality. You can listen to my comparison video with the Elixir in terms of bass quality, so the texture of bass. This is amazing. And if you need a lot of it, just earthquake style bass, you can add a subwoofer. I don't know which one because I don't use subwoofers, but I like the bass of this one the way it is, as it is. While I'm talking, I want to pause 2 times to give you a sound demo. Right now I do like an album quite a lot. That's Harry's House by Harry Styles. As with most of the pop songs, the lyrics are just trash. Not with every song, but I think most of the time lyrics in music is just trash. I wish music was, or lyrics were just worth it to listen to. There are so many good books that are worth to read them. But with songs and their lyrics, I think it is most of the time about, is it about cheating or divorce or separating and so on and so, or falling in love in such such dangerous way and so on. You know, it is, in my opinion, I don't know, maybe that is something for kids who are 11 and fall in love for the first time, or I don't know. So in my opinion, most of the song lyrics are trash, but I like the vibe, the musical arrangement and so on of this album. So when I say that, I will give you the first seconds. No, that's the last one. I want to go to the first. Now, I like that. I'm honest, I like this album a lot. Things haven't been quite the same. Now, that might be enough to get copyright problems. I don't know, but I like this a lot and I don't earn money with this channel. I just talk about my experience. So I'm not a reviewer. I just share my experience with you guys. And if you have the chance to get the Totem Sky because you want a small speaker that has a huge soundstage, natural tonality, lush and vivid sounding, this is the one for you. I had a lot of speakers by now, maybe for the last few years. I had small speakers too, and also active small speakers. And in my opinion, no one sounds as good as this tiny speaker. Not the active AM200 by Elixir, not the Elixir, which I really liked a lot. But this is just different. This is just different. It is a tiny speaker. I think you have to get more sound more in terms of dynamics, micro and macro dynamics, I think you have to step up to something like the Totem Element Ember, or something like, how is it called, the Cabas Murano or Murano. But those are bigger speakers. So there is, I don't know. I don't know if there is such a small speaker that costs almost 3,000 euros. Maybe there is. I don't know how is it called from Wilson Audio? This tiny thing. I don't know how that sounds, but that is much more expensive than this one. So I don't know if there is a competitor to this one besides the new Totem Bison, which is small too. I don't know, but this sounds really, really amazing, and it has great bass texture and extension too. It is not only texture, it has extension too. And it still remains a beautiful mid-range, which is without any doubt the star of the show. Instruments, voices, male voices and female voices sound amazing. And the thing you probably know about Totem is the imaging. The imaging is the best I know from a not source point or not coaxial driver. This is a standard mid woofer and a separated tweeter, so not in the middle of the mid woofer, it is just above it, and this sounds amazing. When I say amazing, when I had the Elixir for almost 2 years or maybe more than 2 years, I always missed this magic of getting the voice of the singer from the amp. So with this speaker, it is the case that when and when the recording is that way, it, even if I open my eyes, it looks like, or it sounds like, the voice of the singer is coming from my amp. There must be a center channel. There must be a speaker built into that amp, because the voice has nothing to do with both speakers, as all the instruments don't. And when I mean, I don't listen to music that much, but I watch documentaries, and I like documentaries about birds. And with these two speakers, it sounds like the clouds and the sky. There is no, this pun isn't intended. Like the sky is just everywhere, and the birds are flying everywhere, and the sounds have nothing to do with these speakers, nothing at all. So not in terms of the stereo image, also in terms of depth, and it expands also to the left and the right of the speaker, of this pair. There's another song.
You were riding your bike to the sound of It's No Big Deal.
Yes, this sounds so good. I don't know which speaker you use to listen to this video. I guess you're just using your mobile phone, but this sounds so visceral, organic, lush, and non-fatiguing. So there is no trick with extended highs to make it sound sharper or whatever. This is just a sound that makes me not look for detail, because this is a very transparent speaker, but I don't compare it to other speakers regarding the detail it can give me. And that is something I really learned with Totem. Because when I listened to the Totem Tribe Tower at a show in Munich, I thought it was the best sounding stereo pair of all the speakers I've listened to there. And what I noticed is I wasn't looking for detail. It just sounded better. It just sounded better. And whatever that means, in my opinion, that was the only room that sounded just perfect. It was just real. And with other systems, in my opinion, again, with my taste and so on, it was just played back music. And I can hear the difference of it is just played back music and hey, there are instruments and a human voice that just sounds like all the instruments and the human being are there. And that is really something I know from Totem. I have no doubt that there are other brands to other companies who are great in that regard, but for this price, I don't know of any other, because I've listened to a lot of amps and speakers costing up to, I would say, 4,000 euros. And this is the best I know. It is just what I can say, and you can watch my videos. I didn't post everything I've listened to at home, but listening at home is always my reference. I want to know, how does it sound here? Because it can sound amazing at a show and boring here. But this is just, Totem is amazing, my opinion. And I can recommend this speaker without any hesitation. The amp I'm using it with is the Heat Elixir. This is a recommendation by Sean from Zero Fidelity, who said this is an amazing system, and I had the chance to get the amp too, so I did, and yes, this is really amazing, a great combo. The CD player is the CD Box S3 by Pro-Ject, powered by a AccuBox S2, which in my opinion elevates the sound quality a lot with these Pro-Ject products. And if you, this is just an extra, if you want to have a Bluetooth speaker which has a little bit of that Totem tonality, it is the earphone. I think it is called Boom L. This is tuned by Olaf from Olaf's Gadgets, and I don't have the new software because the new update removes his tuning, and earphone adds their own bass heavy tuning. So I will not update this one. I will not update this earphone Boom L by Olaf, because this is by surprise a product that gives me Totem vibes in terms of tonality, and that is what I love the most about Totem. And its dynamics. I think it is amazingly when it comes to this pret, this, what is it? Pace, rhythm, and timing. It is, I would say it's the rhythm. It is really this foot tapping. That is, I'm running out of words. It is really a great speaker. It is tiny and it costs less than 3,000 euros. So this is what you can get for less than 3,000 euros, and this is amazing. So if you have any questions, for example, about the treble, which is amazing, non-fatiguing, but lively, the mid-range is the star, or maybe it is the bass, I don't know, because the bass is amazing. It is so good. Maybe the best thing about Totem speakers is the bass. Maybe it is the bass. And it is hard because the competition with its mid-range. I mean, if a speaker is so good that you don't know if the best thing is the bass or the mid-range, because both are unbelievably good. That speaks volume. So, if you have questions, please ask me in the comments below. And this is how the woofer and the tweeter look. This is how my cabling is, B wiring, not B amping, but B wiring with silver coated wires to the tweeter and copper wires to the woofer. Supra cable as my power cable, Ölbach to the speakers, and this is a green, I don't know if it's called, I don't know, evergreen or something, from Audio Quest. I will swap just this cable, this cinch cable, RCA cable, and change it to Supra cables too. But I don't think that that will make a huge difference. I just want white cables, because if they touch the wall, they don't leave a mark behind. So, thank you very much. Have a nice day or night whenever you watch this, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.